Something's wrong with the internet. You feel it, don't you? Every post looks the same. Every search leads basically nowhere. The same 4 websites over and over. And every reply sounds, I don't know, just the slightest bit fake. But what if it's not just in your head? What if the real internet did die years ago? And we've just been sitting here talking to its ghost ever since. There is a theory out there, and yeah, it started on 4chan, which already sort of sets the vibe that the internet that we knew kinda just up and died. Somewhere around 2016, I believe it was, and everything since then has just been noise. It's called the dead internet theory. The idea is that bots and algorithms and content farms didn't just take over, they quietly replaced us. Real people stopped posting or got buried under the AI slop. Now most of what you see online is fake, automated, or recycled from 10 years ago and dressed up in SEO makeup so it can be presented to you lovely people here on YouTube. But all that sounds pretty crazy, right? Like I'm about to go full tinfoil hat and say the moon landing was faked in Roblox, but the longer you look at it, the more it starts to kind of make a weird sort of sense. Bot traffic passed human traffic years ago. Google searches lead to garbage. Reddit mods are out there nuking anything slightly off script. YouTube, it's starting to feel like a focus group hallucination. I've watched it all get watered down and Mr. Beastified, and of course, TikTok, well, it's already feeding on its own tail. The Ouroboros of societal collapse that's become. But this isn't about AI replacing humans someday. It's the creeping realization that, maybe it already did. Not with killer robots or anything exciting, just with crappy clickbait articles. And we barely noticed because we kept those feeds scrolling along. So no, it's not a conspiracy at this point. It's strategy. You call it monetization, optimization, engagement, whatever word you want. It fucking worked. It just left the rest of us real people wondering where everybody went. The feed must flow. If you want to understand what happened to the internet, you don't really need a secret agenda or some sort of grand theory. You really just need to look at the speed limit. Because around 2012, the internet stopped walking and it began fucking full-on sprinting. Everything got faster. Load times, updates, outrage. The bots got better, the feeds got shorter, and instead of asking where the fuck we were going, we just stepped on the gas. Let's have some fun, I gotta go feed my Neopets. It started with small things. Google adjusted the algorithm, and just like that, the weird little sites that I loved so much stopped showing up. Forums, personal blogs, independent voices, completely buried. YouTube pushed autoplay and watch time metrics. Creators started chasing the algorithm instead of, their own actual ideas. And Facebook, already fading, though not here in the Philippines, well, Facebook doubled down on what kept people angry. Fear and ads and never-ending arguments about stupid shit. It stopped being a timeline. It started being a dopamine slot machine. Oh, I got another notification. Did somebody like my mochaccino? Or is it that bitch on Marketplace that's trying to argue with me over a stained mattress? And of course, the people who were running scripts, well, they knew what time it was. Crypto bots and snipers and sneaker bots, Neopets auto buyers, They all understood one thing. Whoever clicked first wins. You think the scalper is sitting there refreshing the page like some schmuck? well, if he's got a bot, then everybody has to have a bot to keep up, and yeah, that's what the internet became. A race to be the first, to be the fastest, to be the loudest. But here's the thing about acceleration. It doesn't just change what you see, it changes what can survive. And indeed, in 2012, everything was moving like a fucking blur. And the old web, the slow web, the weird web, the human web, well, it couldn't keep up. Indulge me, if you will, in a bit of a timeline recount, okay? Between 2012 and 2015, the big players out there started optimizing everything. Google search phased out discovery. If you weren't paying, you weren't showing up. YouTube rewarded attention-grabbing thumbnails and 2-second hooks. Facebook figured out how to make you mad just long enough to share something with everybody you know and say, look how ridiculous this shit is. And then came 2016, the breaking point. I'm not going to get into Gamergate because we're not ready for that video. But I will briefly mention the US election being the test case. With bots flooding everything, and every platform out there fucking failed. Twitter quietly admitted that a chunk of its user base wasn't even real. 15%, I think. And that's only what they're willing to admit publicly. It probably goes a lot deeper than that, depending on, how Elon's stocks are doing. A little bit later on down the road, Reddit ended up locking itself down with the blackout, and mods consolidated power. Threads vanished. Whole conversations disappeared. The same thing happened recently with the 4chan hacks. The walls did not collapse around us. No, instead they just got taller, and the doors started locking behind us. The internet didn't die. It just moved faster than we could really follow as organic life forms, and now we're stuck chasing shadows, trying to remember what it might have felt like before the algorithm got so very hungry. They told us that it was progress. I was excited. This was the inevitable march of technology. Faster processors, more users, more access, and yeah, sure, the processors got better, and the servers scaled up, and all the platforms expanded, but it didn't really lead to more connection. It just led to more fucking noise. More blogs didn't mean more voices. It meant more SEO-laden posts about nothing in particular that's trying to sell you a mattress, or an online course, or anything that you think will make your dream happen right now with very little effort aside from punching in your credit card number. More tweets also didn't mean better discourse, of course. It just meant faster outrage and the rise and fall of cancel culture. More users online didn't mean a bigger community. It just meant smaller attention spans. More people vying for said attention. We didn't scale up meaning. We only scaled up engagement. But I guess who really cares? Because at the end of the day, the ad dollars keep on rolling in, and whatever, the algorithm doesn't know the fucking difference. Who is posting? Well, I'll tell ya. You ever scroll through Reddit or Twitter or wherever and think, like, these people don't really feel real? I mean, sure, there are posts and replies, and it looks like a conversation, but it's got that same energy as like a department store mannequin that's holding a phone. It's trying to ape something that looks vaguely familiar, but it's definitely not alive, and all of us can tell. At least most of the time. So, who is it that's posting? Well, I mean, yeah, us. Obviously, you're here, I'm here, but I don't know, man. More and more it feels like we are in the minority. There are bots. So many bots! And not the fun beep boop kind that'll sweep up your floor. I mean engagement bots and crypto bots and fucking Reddit karma farmers, Steam key grabbers. People are automating their fucking romance scams. And yes, these bots are trained on real people's old posts stitched together like a fucking Frankenstein. It is an insane thing to witness. It's just fake accounts arguing with other fake accounts just to sell you some real fucking garbage. Right to your doorstep, same day shipping. Buy it now and don't think about it too hard. And the truth is, the bots aren't even trying to be good at what they do. They don't need to be convincing. They just need to be louder than you and more present. With every bot engagement farming every other bot's post. Because yes, it's a computer program and it is more than willing to keep talking long after everybody else has left the room completely. You ever read a TikTok comments section under a video of someone dancing and you see 100 people saying like, I miss you bro, like the poster died? That's not grief. That's engagement. Instagram influencers replying with heart emojis to comments they didn't read, YouTubers pinning bots that pretend to be their fans, or even straight up just astroturfing their own views in order to get a little bump in the algorithm. It's all a simulation of a community. Can't you see? A haunted house of conversations that have no fucking soul. Look deeper than surface level and realize that none of them are saying anything. It's a language model. And I guess the most wild part of all is really just how fucking easy it is to do this. I'm someone who's a little connected with technology, and yeah, you could build this right now yourself in 10 minutes. Hopefully after the video's over. Hopefully you don't use it for nefarious purposes. But really all you need is ChatGPT or AI of your choice, Selenium, a proxy list, and 100 fake Reddit accounts. There's websites that'll let you buy Reddit accounts or whatever you want in bulk. Congratulations! You just launched a belief system for under $100. But the truth really is that it's not just the bots. It's not their fault. They're just doing what they were programmed to do. It's really with the rest of us. We learned to act like them. We started formatting our jokes in the ways that Reddit likes, cutting our videos to please the YouTube gods, posting at optimal times with high retention thumbnails. It haunts me like a fucking curse. Have you ever sat there and created something that you liked, video, post, whatever, and then you had some second thoughts and deleted it? It was just a little too spicy or something, and you decided to post something algorithm safe instead. Advertiser friendly and all that fucking shit. Well, congratulations. You've been trained. The internet used to be where you went to escape from structure. Now, structure is the fucking internet. And the entire job that I'm trying to do here is to not get filtered out. By 2015, everyone was online, and everything changed. Facebook became the internet in some parts of the world. And I guess that should have been foreshadowing, because now the internet is Facebook. Google stopped showing you what was correct and started showing you what was paid. That's a war that continues on that I'm not equipped to fight in, so I'm not going to say anything more about it. But the rest of the platforms, you know what I mean? They all just stopped treating us like people. We started getting treated like data points in a spreadsheet with ad revenue right there on the side in bold. Around the 2012 to 2016 era, China had 750 million users online. India had 400 million. Globalization, just like we always dreamed. Except it's not panning out so much in practice. And the systems here weren't designed for billions of voices. They were just designed to keep your eyeballs glued in. You don't need to create anything, take up server space. Just keep scrolling. You'll find something you like. Hopefully it's ReddX, whether that's here on YouTube or Spotify or iTunes or anywhere podcast services are. You see, I'm totally part of the problem. But at least I'm reticent about it a little bit. And that is a perfect example of optimizing for engagement and not true connection. Nobody has to go out there and say anything or do anything good anymore. You just gotta do something triggering, clickable, repeatable, retweetable, rewatchable, and memeable. It all thrives on engagement at this point. None of the videos that I see online these days make me feel good in any way. The vast majority stoking up some sort of insecurity in order to try and sell me something. I really don't need it. Maybe that's why everything feels so fucking off. YouTube comments feel fake? Well, yeah, a lot of them probably are. Reddit replies sounding like a GPT template? Yeah, probably because they are. Are Twitter arguments just looping forever? Well, that's the point. That might not actually be bots. Does every website read like it was written by an AI? Oh, yeah, probably because it was. It's just like walking through a mall that never closes. Same stores, same signs, same weird dudes yelling at food court tables at girls that are far too young. And you're just trying to remember why the fuck you walked in here in the first place. GameStop called me to pick up my pre-order. They wanted to make sure I wasn't leaving my game there in a space that could be occupied by Funko Pops. I guess the rot has even infected the real world on some level. We used to come online and look for meaning. Well, at least I did. But now, I don't know, man, it just feels like we're just trying to stay visible. And not even to each other, but like to the algorithm, the mysterious unfeeling robot king. So yeah, okay, somebody's posting, but it's not who you think, and sometimes it's no one at all. Entire conversations happening between ghosts, scripts yelling at scripts, while we sort of just read along and pretend that it's actually real. And it's not just conversations anymore. Words are analog and boring. Now it's all rituals, scripted patterns that we're all performing to try and trick the unfeeling fucking machine. TikToks that open with, nobody's talking about this, but, and then the thing that everybody's already fucking talking about. You know what I'm talking about. YouTubers reacting to content that they clearly pre-watched. Shorts that end with follow for part 2, even if there is no part 2. Super chat messages that read like ad copy. Oh, I just donated $50 on this video and it cured my anxiety. And then a bunch of other sheep or bots following suit. Some 12-year-old with granny's credit card that just wanted to be included in something for once in his fucking life. Because I think that's what most people are seeking, is connection, but you're not gonna find it on the dead internet. The dead dating apps. The fucking ghost town that's been created for you just to sell you stuff that'll totally make you happy if you just buy enough of it. But I'm getting off on a tangent, I guess. All that to say that none of these are organic moments. The organic moments are over now. These are all just engagement signals dressed up as some sort of authenticity wearing a people mask. Little rituals that we perform to stay visible. Like uploading a YouTube video every day, or leaving a comment on a YouTuber's video every day. I got people like that out there. They're the realest of the real ones. But the truth is that real connection is also a lot harder to come by these days. Optimized to death. So yeah. By now, most people kind of get it that the internet is optimized. It's not a secret. The platforms want your attention, and your attention gets sold as the commodity that I suppose it is in some sick dystopian way. But what we don't talk about enough is what this optimization did to us. Because yeah, like I said earlier, it's not just the platforms that changed, it's our twisting of ourselves in order to match the platforms and the algorithms changing. And yeah, it started slow, but the creep was real. Videos getting louder, shorter, dumber, and not even the fun kind of dumb, just like efficiently hollow. Gotta hit that 8-minute mark. Then came the retention charts. Oh, you gotta get over 50% there. And watch time. Oh, if you're under 20 minutes, that's not enough. Click-through rate. Oh, if it's not 10% or more, you're fucked. You gotta hook your audience in the first 5 seconds and cut to something new every 3 seconds and put text on the screen and use sound effects and zooms and add some more fucking zooms. Already! I'm exhausted. Have you ever watched a YouTuber tell like a heartbreaking story about depression while jumping around like a Fortnite streamer on coke? It's not their fault, really. It's just what the algorithm tends to reward. We started making things for machines, not for other people. We didn't get to have our own words. We just were saying what was expected of us. And of course, it's the same over on TikTok. Every post trying to hit that sweet spot between viral and disposable. Every joke's got to be fast enough to interrupt your inner processes, but not long enough to make you reflect on anything that was said. The edit's got to be sharper, the take's got to be dumber, and the people, I don't know, as people, man, I think we're just trying to keep up. It's not even fucking content anymore, if you want me to be honest. It's just attention residue. Something that looks like a video and feels like a joke, and it sounds like it has meaning, but really it vanishes the second that you fucking scroll away. That made my brain work too much. That's too hard to unpack. And I'm not just speaking as a creator here, I'm speaking as a viewer too. A viewer who formats tweets for maximum engagement. A viewer who's deleted a post or two because it didn't get enough likes or whatever. We're speaking in a meme cadence. We caption our lives in trending audio clips. We use other people's words because the algorithm knows that, well, they already work. And we're not just watching this happen. We are actively training ourselves to be optimized, to please the algorithm. Even the way that we talk is optimized at this point. Have you noticed? Every platform has its own dialect, shorter, flatter, dumber. Reddit speaks in one-word authority commands. One-word replies like cope, based, seethe, mauled, like everyone's a fucking Roman senator, and the comments are the battlefields. Twitter has the irony voice, of course. Lowercase, no punctuation. Oh, he's in the walls. Me when consequences. Not me doing thing I'm clearly doing. It's all echoes of jokes that really stopped fucking being funny 5 formats ago. And I love driving a joke into the ground, so when you hear that from me, you know it's extra real. TikTok dialect is probably the worst of all, of course. Just entire comment section made of AI trigger phrases. This shared my depression. He's a Ted, but he doesn't post. I fear no man, but that thing. Yeah, we used to speak in paragraphs once upon a time. Do you remember Zanga? MySpace? Posting something that actually might have been how you really felt about said thing? But yeah, we're in a post-ironic irony society now. Paragraphs are out the window. Now we speak in templates. The language of the internet isn't even really human anymore. It's like engagement bait wrapped in lowercase sarcasm. We never stopped talking, but we did start looping. Even fucking search engines. The last thing that people could kind of trust are breaking down. Type in a question, and the top result is Reddit. Not because Reddit is fucking smart, but because Google knows that they can scrape it for free. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it r/no sleep authors that are totally gonna make it on Amazon. I'm not bitter, I swear. You get a thread from like 3 years ago, half of them from deleted users, just written by people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about, clearly. But I don't know, it looks like an answer, and maybe that's enough. We'll try it out. Didn't work. Guess you're on your own. Gotta go schlep it through AI, who also doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about half the time. They're just sitting there hallucinating. I'm like, hello, can we fix my computer, please? Most websites now are really just the AI scrapings of Reddit and Tumblr and Wikipedia. and I guess other AI scrapings, of course. It's like standing in a room full of mirrors and asking a question and getting your own voice back, only it's, slightly wrong. Even the way we consume media has changed. We used to binge watch. Not that that was particularly healthy. But now, far worse is the binge scroll, where you can pretend that you're actively making choices instead of just being fed slop from an algorithm. Every time you post something, or check notifications, or reply to a comment, that should be considered labor, You are refining the product actively as they track your eye movements and shit. You are optimizing the reach as they scrape data from your posts. You are feeding the machine.
Obelisk speak many word, none for thinking, only for stare.
None for thinking indeed. It's not a conversation. It's customer service. Except you are the worker and also the brand. You make the content. You manage the feedback. You do the marketing. And most people out there doing it aren't even getting paid. You just get a little dopamine pellet. A little notification every now and then. So, on behalf of the algorithm, I want to thank you for your unpaid internship. I think the thing that really drives me crazy here is that every piece of content is disconnected from the last one. There's no real context or no authorship, just a flash of feeling and then poof, it's gone. Nobody even remembers it. Have you ever watched a short that's clearly ripped off from another short, which was stolen from a Reddit, which was a Tumblr post, which was probably a lie and a chainmail to begin with? And yeah, that's basically the whole fucking internet now. It's not that the internet died, it just got ground down into something unrecognizable, into a powder, a paste, a sludge, if you will. Content with no real creator, opinions with no person behind it, just fucking noise. Noise with no actual source. It's not even a rabbit hole anymore, it's just a conveyor belt, and it never stops moving. As somebody who's done the daily grind for 5 years now, let me tell you personally, it never stops moving. Truth is, I do it for my people. Because the fucking machine, it's not listening. It just wants you to continue feeding it. And oh me, oh my, how much we've given over to it already. What we lost. You guys ever think about, how weird the internet used to be? Really think about it? It was ugly and messy, and pages took forever to load, and links broke all the fucking time, and nothing matched, but at least it felt alive. It felt very lived in. You'd stumble onto some forgotten forum where two people were arguing about vampires from 2009, or somebody's blog spot full of cat photos and home-cooked recipes, and then a couple years later, stories about their divorce before never returning to the site again. I don't know what to tell you, man. That's real life. It wasn't clean. It wasn't profitable. But it was fucking human. There were whole internet neighborhoods. Not just platforms, but communities that felt like actual places. Like that weird part of town where all the best junk shops are. And I love me some junk. I got a pretty refined palate. It was the early YouTube comments sections, video replies before, everything just turned into SEO'd reaction chains. There was Tumblr fandom chaos, complete with wars over ships and GIFs that took 5 fucking minutes to load and 10 minutes to watch. Forums dedicated to things that nobody should care about, but they did, and so you kinda did too, probably, maybe. At least if you spent much time there. If you don't like it, then what the fuck are you doing there? You'd go and you'd visit somebody's MySpace, and they had this custom background and auto-playing music and sparkly glitter mouse cursors with trails that's burning up my non-existent video card. Fucking onboard graphics piece of trash. And it was obnoxious and it was chaotic, but it was theirs. and it was also mine. Because inevitably, I would embed HTML into their guestbook that plays the Wiggles fruit salad on loop forever. And unless you delete my specific guestbook comment, which is innocuous and says, hey, nice site, you'll never find where the music is coming from. But now, everything's standardized. Same fonts, Arial, same layout, column, same fucking energy. Let me rage bait you into watching something. Twitter looks kind of like Reddit, and Reddit kind of looks like YouTube, and that looks like a click farm fucking blog funnel hole, and none of it has any personality anymore. It's just an interface. We lost more than variety. We lost the ability to really be weird in public. And looking back, that was sort of a valuable thing. I mean, you could still post whatever weird shit you want, but it's gonna get crushed by the algorithm or buried under branded content or, I don't know, best case it gets misread or reposted or decontextualized or turned into a meme by someone fucking else with a bigger platform than you, and you ain't gonna say shit about it. You don't even own your own fucking weird anymore. It just gets scraped and flattened and purified and sold. And it burns me up inside. Even memes, dude, which used to feel sort of like graffiti. Now they feel like fucking marketing templates with the punchline and Comic Sans. A format goes viral and suddenly 10 companies are doing it. Everybody dip their face in ice water or whatever the next fucking thing is in 2 weeks' time. It's not funny. It's not strange. It's just content. Woohoo! It doesn't make me excited or curious or instill a sense of wonderment, but it is something I can watch and possibly engage with. That's all it takes. I don't know, man. I sound like old man yelling at cloud here, but it's really hard to explain the old internet to someone who wasn't there. Somebody who didn't live it, because the pieces are gone now, scattered to the wind. You can't really show them what it felt like to find some random GeoCities page with black text on a blue background and a counter at the bottom that said, your visitor number 00000000042. They'll just ask you, well, what the fuck was the point of any of that? And you'll have to tell them, well, there wasn't one. And that's why it was beautiful, in a way that I don't think that anyone who wasn't actually there to experience it could fully understand. The old web wasn't trying to convert you to put shit in your cart. It wasn't trying to hold you hostage. It was just, I don't know, man, there. Like a weird tree in the middle of the city, you know? Not really truly useful, just sort of alive. So we keep it around. We don't even get to have that anymore. Now every inch of digital space has to perform. Did you check the fucking chart? Did you optimize for retention? No, I didn't. And it feels fucking good. Living in the corpse. Despite all of the rage, frustration, vitriol that I have poured out in this video for no reason, we are all still here. Still posting and still liking and still pretending that all this is just fine. But I don't know, man. To me, the internet feels lonely, even when it is clearly quite crowded, because so much of what's talking back to you, if anything at all, isn't real. What does it mean to try and connect in a space where 90% of the noise is just fucking manufactured? What does it mean to create when the algorithm forgets about you the moment that you stop feeding it? Or so my deepest fears say. Maybe that's why nostalgia hits so hard. Maybe we're grieving, even if we don't have the words for it. We still log on because, I don't know, man, it's home, even if now it feels really fucking hollow. Maybe silence is the only thing left that they haven't monetized, and Perhaps that's why it scares them. The feeds don't stop because if they did, well then we might remember what silence sounds like.
Chief say internet dead. Gubbins poke it anyway, Gubbins.